The harsh winds sweep across the endless Mongolian steppe as a rider notches an arrow and, in one fluid motion, releases a shot that finds its mark on a distant target, all while at full gallop. Thousands of miles away in the forested islands of Japan, a Kyudo practitioner stands in perfect stillness, the asymmetrical Yumi bow an extension of their being, as they release an arrow in a ceremony that has remained virtually unchanged for centuries. These two archery traditions, so different in form and function, were shaped by the same fundamental forces: the landscapes their people inhabited and the lifestyles those environments demanded. Today, we're exploring how geography and way of life transformed archery into distinct traditions that continue to captivate us. This video is sponsored by Archery Warehouse, your go-to destination for both historical and modern archery equipment. Whether you're drawn to the powerful compact design of Mongolian bows or the elegant asymmetry of Japanese Yumi, Archery Warehouse offers authentic reproductions and modern adaptations. Use code HISTORY10 at checkout to receive 10% off your purchase and enjoy free shipping on all orders over $100. Visit them today to begin your journey into these fascinating archery traditions. Let's start with Mongolia, a land of extremes. The vast open steppes created a nomadic herding culture where mobility was essential for survival. This environment demanded a bow that was powerful yet compact enough to use from horseback. The solution? The legendary Mongolian composite bow. Made from layers of wood, horn, and sinew laminated together, these bows packed tremendous power into a relatively small frame. Their distinctive recurved design, curving away from the archer when unstrung, stored additional energy and delivered lethal force at ranges exceeding 300 yards. The short size, typically under 4 feet in length, made them perfect for use on horseback. Mongolia's climate played a crucial role too. The extreme temperature variations between seasons required a bow that could withstand both bitter cold and summer heat without losing its power. The composite construction addressed this challenge, with materials chosen specifically for their stability across temperature ranges. The open terrain of Mongolia created warfare tactics centered around mobility and ranged combat. Mongolian warriors became masters of the feigned retreat, appearing to flee while turning in their saddles to unleash devastating volleys of arrows. This technique, perfected on the endless plains where there was nowhere to hide, required a bow that could be shot accurately while riding at full gallop. Even the arrows reflected the environment. Mongolian arrows often featured whistling arrowheads that created intimidating sounds in flight. Psychological warfare that worked perfectly in open battles where the sound could carry across the battlefield. Now let's travel to Japan, an island nation covered primarily in mountainous, densely forested terrain. This geography created a completely different set of needs and solutions. The Japanese Yumi evolved into one of the longest bows in the world, often exceeding 7 feet in length. This extreme length provided the power needed to penetrate the armor of samurai warriors, but would have been completely impractical on the Mongolian steppe. In Japan's forests and narrow mountain passes, infantry combat was often more practical than mounted warfare, allowing for the development of these oversized bows. The Yumi's unique asymmetrical design, with the grip positioned about 1/3 from the bottom, solved multiple problems created by Japan's environment. It allowed mounted archers to use these extremely long bows without the lower limb hitting their horse. It also provided better maneuverability in forested areas, where space was limited compared to Mongolia's open plains. Japan's humid climate and abundance of bamboo led to the Yumi's distinctive laminated construction using bamboo, wood, and rattan wrapped in bark. These materials were perfectly suited to Japan's environment, but would have been scarce on the Mongolian steppe. The cultural evolution of Japanese archery from purely martial to spiritual practice also reflects Japan's relatively stable agricultural society. As Japan experienced long periods of peace during the Edo period, Kyujutsu, the martial art of the bow, gradually transformed into Kyudo, the way of the bow, emphasizing spiritual development alongside technical mastery. This evolution would have been unlikely in Mongolia, where constant threats from neighboring tribes and empires kept archery firmly rooted in its martial applications. Even the shooting techniques reflect these geographical differences. Mongolian archery developed the thumb draw, using a thumb ring to pull arrows with tremendous force. Ideal for shooting from unstable platforms like horseback. Japanese archery standardized the Mediterranean draw, using 3 fingers, which offered more precision for their ceremonial and infantry-focused approach. The differences extend to arrow design as well. Mongolian arrows were typically shorter and heavier, designed to deliver maximum impact from their smaller bows. Japanese arrows were longer, with distinctive asymmetrical fletching that reduced the effect of crosswinds, a common challenge in Japan's mountain valleys. Mongolia's nomadic lifestyle meant archers needed to be self-sufficient, carrying tools to maintain and repair their bows on long journeys. This necessity led to highly standardized designs that could be repaired with materials found throughout the steppe. In contrast, Japanese bowmaking became a specialized craft, with dedicated bowyers creating custom yumi for individual warriors, a specialization only possible in Japan's more settled agricultural society. Perhaps most revealing is how these traditions have endured into the modern era. Mongolia's archery competitions still emphasize shooting at multiple targets in rapid succession, skills essential for hunters on the move. Japanese Kyudo focuses on perfect form and spiritual harmony, with competitions judging not just accuracy but the beauty and composure of the archer's movements. What these traditions teach us is that archery, like all human innovations, doesn't develop in isolation. It is shaped by the challenges and opportunities of the environment, the practical needs of daily life, and the cultural values of the people who practice it. The Mongolian bow and the Japanese Yumi represent perfect adaptations to their respective worlds, solutions so effective that they've endured for centuries beyond their original purpose. As we practice these ancient arts today, we're not just connecting with historical warfare techniques. We're experiencing the ingenious ways our ancestors adapted to the world around them, turning the challenges of their environment into distinctive traditions that continue to fascinate and inspire us. Whether thundering across the steppes or standing in meditative silence, these archers remind us that the path of the bow is never simply about hitting a target. It's about harmonizing with the world that surrounds us.